The animation opens up with a little flashback from the ancient times where necromancers waged war against all living beings, but empires and dragons joined forces to defeat them. From this victory, jealousy grew and the emperor began to hunt the dragons, put them in prison, and persecuted the dragonkeepers. The animation brings us back to reality with a quick scene where Counselor Diao and his servant Wang Chao exchange 20 pieces of gold for dragon parts. Although it excites Diao to get what he requested, but he wants more. He needs to find a living dragon to use for some purposes known to him alone. Master Lan, the head of the village, is reluctant to give him more than he asked for, and Diao becomes insistent. Master Lan's men aim their arrows at him. Meanwhile, Wang Chao goes behind to leave a little baby whose cry lifts stones in the air. He seeks a way to follow his master on the wagon like nothing happened. Master Lan hears the baby crying and instructs the servants to bring her along on their journey to the empire. He gets irritated at her unending cry during their journey, and as soon as he arrives at the castle, he asks Lao Ma, an old servant, to take care of the baby. On seeing the amulet on her neck, Lao Ma is happy to take care of the baby, so she names her Ping. Moreover, Dio hurries to meet his dying mother, with the thought that the dragon parts will save her from dying. But her time has come and Dio already has the same sickness growing on him. Just before she breathes her last, she begs Dio to find a means to live forever. It hurts Diao to see his mother die, but then he vows to find a means to survive at all costs. In the Empire, Ping is all grown, and she helps Lao Ma run errands for Master Lan. Despite her readiness to feed the dragons, Lao Ma refuses to let her feed them, so she sends Ping to feed the chickens and collect eggs. Ping doesn't like this idea, but she does it wholeheartedly while playing with Hua Hua, her mouse friend. She returns to meet Lao Ma packing up gifts in a basket meant for the dragons, whom they call the honored guests. Ping argues with Lao Ma on the need to stop being a slave to Master Lan, but the old woman refuses to listen. Immediately, Lao Ma puts the heavy basket on her back. Her strength fails her, and she falls to the ground. Master Lan becomes impatient and orders her to pick up the basket or face the wrath of his cane. This is when Ping jumps into the scene, opting to carry the basket for Lao Ma. To everyone's surprise, she carries the heavy basket and follows them up the hill. Everyone thinks Ping would give up, but she manages to reach the castle still full of strength. When Ping turns the basket to feed the honored guests, she sees Hua Hua among the fruits. She can barely do anything to save her friend, and this makes Master Lan happy to see the mouse gone. As soon as the men leave, Ping goes ahead to rescue Hua Hua with a rope that leads to the underground abode of the honored guests. The moment she lands on the heap of bones, a bone cuts her palm and the stories she heard about the dragons frighten her. Luckily, Hua Hua comes squeaking her way, and this is when she hears the thuds of the honored guests too. The dragons sniff her, and to Ping's surprise, the energy from them heals the cut on her palm. The little girl is not afraid to run after Lu Yu, the female dragon, who is looking after her egg. Ping discovers that the dragons can listen to her thoughts, and she can hear theirs too. Lu Yu shows Ping her baby dragon who is yet to hatch, and she begs Ping to help them. She tells Ping of her hidden power to save the imperial line of dragons from going extinct, but the little girl doesn't believe this, even when the dragon shows her the power in the amulet on her neck. Since Ping doesn't believe them, Long Danzi, the male dragon, helps her climb back the rope in safety with Hua Hua. The moment she returns to the village, she finds out that Lu Yu is dead. Ping ignores Lao Ma's pleas to remain inside, so she steps out to see that Master Lan sells the parts of any dragon immediately it dies. It hurts Ping to see Lu Yu's body dragged away, and she vows to help the honored guests. In the morning, Ping finds visitors from the Imperial Palace and Changan in their village. According to Lao Ma, the emperor sent the officers to deal with Master Lan and complete a special task in the village. Ping is forced to serve them tea with a strict warning from Lao Ma not to do anything silly. Ping overhears Diao and Captain Quan discussing how to put Long Danzi in a cage and take him to Changan, whether alive or dead. Diao notices Ping and how she serves his tea with her left hand. It is an ancient habit of people with special powers to use their left hand for anything. While Diao contemplates on who Ping is, Hua Hua suddenly pops out of the teacup. In an attempt to kill the mouse, Diao threatens to pour hot tea on it, and Ping reveals her power just to save her friend. This is the long-time solution Diao has been searching for. He wants Ping to convince Long Danzi to come to the Empire because the Emperor needs his blood to live. Long Danzi sights Ping in the hands of Diao, and he becomes subdued to enter the cage. But Ping uses her power again to escape from Diao. This gives Danzi the opportunity to release the dragon egg to Ping on the cliff. Quan and the other soldiers try their best to pull it into the cage, but Danzi returns to the cage after successfully giving Ping the egg. Ping makes an escape from Diao and his men, only to get caught by the counselor again. Fortunately, Danzi breaks free from his chains and flies to rescue Ping as fast as possible. This scene is the most emotional in this animation as Danzi is caught up on who to save, whether Ping or the egg. Both of them are so dear to him, so he decides to follow a strategic plan of saving Ping first and come for the egg afterwards. The dragon manages to save Ping from falling, and when he comes for his egg, Captain Quan fires an arrow at his wings. Dio is happy to finally hold the egg in his hands, but Captain Quan doesn't allow him to do so since their original plan is to bring it to the Emperor. Danzi resuscitates Ping from the shock, and even Hua Hua is still alive. Ping wakes up and becomes worried about Lao Ma. However, the dragon asks her to worry about rescuing the dragon egg first. This throws Ping into confusion as she wonders how her powers could save the egg since it didn't save Lu Yu. Danzi tells her more about her ki energy, which is quite stronger because she is a real dragon keeper. They continue to walk to Changan despite Ping's tiredness to keep on. Danzi decides to take a shortcut, only for them to use an old bridge to cross to the other side. While Ping is angry at Long Danzi for not answering her questions, the bridge collapses and this puts both of them at risk. But Ping uses her energy like a pro and she saves Danzi too. Meanwhile, Captain Quan and Dia enter Changan with the dragon egg. The dying emperor is excited to see the dragon egg, which he identified as the pearl of longevity. The moment he touches it, he feels better than ever. Dio suggests they carry out some rituals with the pearl to make the emperor immortal, but the emperor rejects this offer since it will displease the gods. The prince agrees with his father, begging him to only use energy from the dragon egg to feel better. This doesn't sit well with Dio as he prepares to steal the pearl to transform into an immortal being. However, Wang Chao also hears voices like Ping and he knows that the little dragon keeper and Danzi are close to Changan already. Who do you think Wang Chao is? The old man used to be Lu Yu's dragon keeper before Dio captured him as a slave years back. Danzi and Ping get to Wuqing, the ancestral place where the war between the dragons and necromancers began. Danzi takes Ping down memory lane of how dragons and humans lived freely in the past until necromancers waged war against all living beings. The dragon becomes emotional as he shows her some of his ancestors and how they lived in the past. Nevertheless, Wang Chao meets them there and offers to help them pass the imperial gate that leads to the palace. He even teaches Ping how to control her energy so she can help Danzi. They all create a plan. Ping will save Kai from the emperor and Danzi will attack the soldiers guarding the palace. Ping sneaks into the palace and meets the emperor unguarded. She takes the dragon egg and escapes, only to land on the roof. The dragon keeper is smart and she deceives the soldiers with fireflies, so Danzi can escape as well. Ping rushes to meet Wang Chao, who promised to help them escape with the egg through a secret route. Little did she know that Wang Chao was forced by Dio to deceive Ping and Danzi to bring the egg. Before the old dragon keeper could beg Ping, she finds herself before Dio. Not even Hua Hua could save her this time. Dio takes the egg from her and goes to his chamber with it. His plan to become immortal is about to become reality. However, Ping's footsteps in the mud lead Captain Quan to find her in Dio's underground house. They are quite late for this. Dio has started the ritual, and he is already transforming into an immortal being. Ping steps forward to stop this ritual with her strong ki energy, but Wang Chao stops her from doing that. He offers to use his energy to save the dragon egg, even if it means his life will be at stake. Wang Chao saves the egg from the ritual chamber, but he couldn't save his life. The energy from the chamber spreads all over the city and resurrects the dead necromancers. Dio wakes up as well, and this time, he is now half human and also half dragon. Captain Quan and Ping are no match for him, but Ping decides to use her energy. She asks Quan to take Kai away and protect it while she fights Dio. As Quan runs with the egg outside, he is faced with the resurrected necromancers. Even his men join him in the fight, but they are no match for the necromancers. Danzi finally arrives and joins Ping to fight Dio, who is transformed into a big dragon. He begs Ping to go and save the egg before it loses all his energy. But Ping disagrees. Instead, she begs Danzi to blast Dio with more ki energy. This alone makes the entire building collapse with Dio in it, while both Danzi and Ping run out. As for the necromancers, the energy from the collapsed building returns them to how they used to be, dead in their coffins. Captain Quan is surprised at this, so he returns the egg to Ping and Danzi. The two set on their way to the dragon realm, so the egg can be born in the birth pool. Ping rushes to the healing waters to drop the egg, and suddenly, a small dragon pops out of the water. The little dragon keeper names him Kai, and both of them hurry to meet Danzi, who is already weak. The dying dragon begs Ping to take care of Kai since his wounds are too deep to be healed. It hurts Ping so much to send him to the storm, but she must take care of Kai. Together with Hua Hua and Kai, Ping returns to Changan. Not as servant Ping anymore, but as the only dragon keeper alive. The end. If you enjoyed this animation, please leave a like and subscribe for more.